Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good afternoon to everyone. Welcome to the University Malaya Library Book Talk session this afternoon. It is a great pleasure to welcome all distinguished guests, speakers, lecturers, students, and book enthusiasts to today's book talk organized by the University of Malaya Library. Thank you for taking the time to join us for this meaningful academic and intellectual gathering. The book talk session today aims to provide a platform for knowledge sharing, critical discussion, and intellectual engagement. Through this event, we celebrate books not only as sources of information, but also as tools that inspire ideas, encourage dialogue, and broaden perspective. For your information, this is the final book talk organized by the University of Malaya Library for this year. However, many more book talk will be conducted next year. We encourage everyone to stay updated through the University of Malaya Library official channels for upcoming events. Now, we are delighted to have all of you here as we explore Pink Agent, a remarkable compilation of stories from 11 Malaysian breast cancer survivors. Stories filled with courage, truth, and hope. Thank you for taking the time to join us for what promises to be an insightful and meaningful session. Before we begin, I would like to extend a warm welcome to our invited speaker, Professor Dr. Si Mi Hyong, and her co-authors, and to our chairperson for today's session, Professor Emeritus Dr. Ng Kwan Hung. Thank you all for supporting our library's continuous efforts in bringing impactful conversation to our community. This afternoon program will begin with opening remarks by our chairperson, followed by a sharing session by our speaker. We will then proceed with a moderated dialogue and an audience Q&A session before concluding the program. Without further ado, I would now like to invite Professor Emeritus Dr. Ng Kwan Hung to deliver the opening remarks and to guide us through today's discussion. Please welcome Prof. Ng.
Good afternoon. Selamat petang. Salam sejahtera. And thank you, Saudari, Chairperson. It was mentioned this is the last of the book talk series for this year. We started with the first one, interesting, Marriage and Mutton Curry by Dato' Shamhalingam. And also the second one is on the nature, the flora and fauna in the University of Malaya campus, Prof. Yong Hoi Sen. And now this is the third one. Now you notice all this about stories, that Dato' Shamalingam stories interesting about the Sri Lankan, about the wartime and the development of the country. And Prof. Yong was on the flora and fauna within the university campus. It's amazing, many beautiful flowers, butterflies. He told us beautiful stories. And today we also will hear a lot of stories about breast cancers, the survivors, the life they've gone through. Interesting. I will let the co-authors to tell you more about the inspiration for them to write this book. It's interesting. You wonder why it's called Pink Agent. Interesting. We thought they are like spies. The stories from breast cancer survivors about 11 courageous Malaysian women from all walks of life, their stories. And also, most importantly, those stories will explore the stories of those survivors and the support system from the University of Malaya Medical Center on their healing, the resilience, love, and the realities of survivorship. And in October, we celebrate the Pink October, but the stories continue throughout the year. So let's get going with this talk this afternoon. And let me introduce the speakers. First of all, the co-authors on my right is Prof. Mi Hong. She is a breast surgeon. Interesting. One of the foremost breast surgeons in the country. And then further on my right is a dietitian, Dr. Tan Pei Chen, with PPUM. It is important to have right nutrition and supportive care for cancer survivors. And then further on the right is Dr. Lai Lili. She's a nursing lecturer in terms of patient care and education. And then on my left is mother and daughter. The mother is a breast cancer survivor, Madam Wong Pei Feng. So her story will add authenticity and a personal touch to that. And her daughter, Li Hui Xian, she interviewed various survivors, participants, and she offered a very powerful intergenerational perspective. Right? The survivor tend to be older one, she's a younger one, so we have that perspective. It is important. Right? We talk about intergenerational justice as well. So we have some background. Oh, not to forget our creative partners, the illustrators of the book. Can you stand up to like to acknowledge you, Miss Hema T and Kelly? Yeah. You notice the book, they are very well illustrated. And also, we started, interestingly, in 2021 with the Mandarin version, and then 2023 with the English version. So this is the one. And then this year, we had it translated into the Bahasa Malaysia version, Kisah Benar, Perjuangan Pesakit Kanser Payudara. And our translator, Madam Tam Lai Suan, we would like to acknowledge her contribution. It's very interesting. Every 2 years, we have one version. And also, the pengarah of the University Mathematical Center, Prof. Nazira, also launched these 3 books in the rest years. Right? It's excellent. All right, so we like to start off with, we try to make this as informal as possible, and towards the end, we'd like you to share your opinions with us or suggestions how we can move this forward. So I'd like to start off with Prof. C, the main person behind this, the pink agent.
Thank you very much, Prof. Ng. Yeah, so something to something to tell is the reason we write this book out. Yeah. So first thing, let's talk about the name of this book, Pink Agent. So actually, it started together when I talked to my patient, discussed in just a very leisure type of moment and as well as condition. So one time I met one of my survivor. Her name is Bobo, Sia Bobo. Actually, she don't mind me to introduce her in the book talk, because during that time we have an issue that I keep on have to write a lot of things in the scribble a lot of things when I explain to the patient, your disease will be like this, your treatment will be like this. Every of our patient come to the room, we have to do that when we break bad news, Prof. So that time, then once in a while, we feel like very tired. What is the next thing? What is the best thing with all the higher technology and the better way to convey our message? So from her, she's a very good writer, and she said, why not we introduce and try to get a more layman type of story from patients, and then you can explain more about treatment at the back after the story of the patient, and tell people how patient survive, you know, after the breast cancer treatment. So from there, we have make up and gather a group of people. That one is for Mandarin version, because during that time, we don't have much Mandarin book in the market talking about breast cancer in Malaysia. So that is the start of the idea, and if move on, and then it's like a big wave pushing out because our 2,000 books of Mandarin is already sold out. That's why today we can't even show you all the Mandarin book. And all this is like, even our English is already more than 500 books are sold. So that is the reason that we have come to this juncture that it really helped a lot of patients and even the doctors when we explain to the patient what is your treatment, because all the while when we talk to the patient, they can't really take up more than 10% of knowledge that we tell them during the clinic itself. Yeah, so it really trigger what we can do more for our patient. That is the starting point of making this book out. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Prof. C. We must also acknowledge University Malaya Press, Penerbit University Malaya. Is the manager here? Any representative from University Malaya Press? We'd like to acknowledge your support for both the English and Bahasa Malaysia version. Especially, you realize that all these books are heavily subsidized by the Penerbit University Malaya at a very reasonable cost. Right? The whole thing is about University Malaya. We do have our CSR. We want to have outreach. The PPUM, this is where many of us work. I work there as well as a professor emeritus. We want to outreach as many people, the patients as well as the public as well. Right? So that is the purpose of these publications. Now, there's one thing I want to ask Prof. C about what the latest in terms of, since you're a breast surgeon, tell us a little bit about the advances and how this has led to the improvement in patient care. A bit about the, also we want to know, have the diagnosis, the survival been improved over the last few years?
Yeah, so talking about breast cancer, we know importance, how to make the whole system work smoothly. First thing is we need to diagnose the cancer early. Because what we talk about breast cancer, you got so many treatment nowadays. We have surgery, we have chemo, radiotherapy, targeted therapy, and also endocrine therapy. So not every patient need all this treatment unless their disease is more advanced, you know, more late diagnosis, all that. So when we talk about diagnosis, important is when patient present without symptom. Means they don't even feel anything on the breast. So how to do this is they should have a regular checking with using the mammogram after 40 years old, Prof. So after 40 years old, our breasts become less dense, but our risk of breast cancer increase. So from there, we always try to increase the awareness and let public know. Do come for checking, do come for screening after 40 years old, and preferably it's a must after 50 years old, every 2 years for mammogram, right? Prof, you are the expert in this physics and as well as X-ray and mammogram. You do tell us, Prof have done a lot of study on density of the breast before this, and then he's the one that leading our country for all this work before, Prof. Am I right? So all these advances have really pushed a lot of our population and the ladies to understand. Nowadays, if you can catch the cancer early, your diagnosis can be done early, your treatment will be very good, and not even need to be too complex, and your survival is superb. Stage 0 cancer, which is like only diagnosed from mammogram, and your treatment is just surgery, and your survival is nearly more than 98% to 100% in 5 years' time. So believe us, the cancer diagnosis really matter in terms of early and late. Yeah. So we move on to advances now. We have artificial intelligence. We have MRI, magnetic resonant imaging for all the early type of cancer detection. That one really moved our whole paradigm of treatment to even higher level, and we can detect them early. But whatever we have done, believe me, is you that coming forward to diagnosis or to do checking and screening. We can't really help and say we have so many good toys that we can help, but public doesn't want to come forward. That one is really, really sad and shocking nowadays.
Yeah, thank you, Prof. C, for the explanation. Now, Prof. C mentioned about the breast density. Actually, it is the amount of the glandular tissue in the breast over the whole volume. The breast consists of the glandular tissue and the fatty, the adipose tissue. So it's the amount or the percentage of this glandular tissue that has the higher the amount or percentage, the higher the risk of doing breast cancer. So we detect this early from mammogram or ultrasound or MRI. And also there's ways we can modify that. It's something from a lifestyle or diet. And that leads to talk about diet. Our dietitian here, Dr. Ta, she tell us, we hear a lot of stories, right, about during or after surgery, or you can't eat that, a lot of misconceptions, taboos, yeah. Now she can enlighten us on this. The diet is very important.
Yeah, I'm a clinical dietitian from UMMC. Okay, so just now Prof. C and Prof. Ng already mentioned there are many common nutritional misconceptions among breast cancer patients. The common one is for breast cancer patients, so they are worried about the soy foods can cause or worsen the breast cancer. So for some clinical message is that moderate intake of whole soy foods is safe and potentially beneficial. Avoid high dose soy supplements unless medically indicated. The reality is that the whole soy foods, which are usually available in the market, such as tofu, tempeh, or soy meal, contain isoflavones, which act differently from the endogenous estrogen. Large cohort study and some research also show that the neutral or protective effects, even in ER positive breast cancer survivors. So that's why it's very important. We want to we will clarify with the patient and counseling the patient with the evidence-based, all this evidence to show that it's good for them for certain food. And then another thing we would like to highlight also the balance. They mean the balanced diet Okay, because a lot of patients they say they should avoid the animal protein, especially for the for breast cancer patients. So actually during and after treatment, patient at risk of sarcopenia and poor wound healing. Okay, so this is very important. So usually we will counsel the patient to have a proper protein intake. So usually we will ask them to take like according to patient's body weight, like at least 1.2 to 1.5 gram per kilogram body weight lah. So actually we will counsel them to take the lean animal protein such as fish, poultry, eggs, dairies, can be nutritionally variable. So for the patient, usually we encourage them to take the adequate protein intake, and then we also recommend some of the balanced nutritional oral nutritional supplements, okay, which is in the liquid form okay, and emphasize on the quality, the portion control, and the plant animal protein balance. Okay, so we ask them to take also both also plant-based and also animal-based protein. Okay, so actually there are many misconceptions. So I just highlight few only. So when we have counseling also, another thing we would like to highlight about the weight loss lah. Okay, so some patient they experience weight loss and then weight gain also, because there are some side effect of the treatment also. So like some of the patient, if they have all these problems such as the aggressive weight loss, can worsen the patient condition. Okay, they will feel fatigue, bone loss, and lean body mass depletion also. So I would like to emphasize that to the patient is that the body composition matters more than the scale weight. Because sometimes patients see their body weight reduced, but actually we would like to check the body composition. So now we are having some study is measuring the body composition for breast cancer patients. So we are using the BIA, that one the body impedance that one the composition machine to measure the. So we would like to know the fat mass, also muscle mass, because to prevent the all this sarcopenia, okay, to maintain the metabolic health and also functional recovery over the rapid weight loss. So it's very important also. We'll monitor the body composition beside the body weight. Okay, so there's some point we would like to highlight lah. So that's why it's very important to have the balanced healthy diet, which is rich in vegetables, fruits, whole grains, omega-3 fats, and polyphenols help to reduce the chronic inflammation, especially for breast cancer patient which undergoing the surgery lah. Okay, it's very important. So besides that also, we also highlight some important points okay, to the patient to reduce the treatment-related complications, okay, and reduce the recurrence risk. Okay, so this one we will highlight some of the common treatment-related complications such as vomiting, all this vomiting, nausea, and then all this constipation, diarrhea. All this we also highlight how the diet, okay, can reduce all these complications. Okay, so just now I already mentioned some of the you need to maintain the muscle mass, all that balanced diet, and then some misconception. So the key counseling take away for the patient, for especially for breast cancer patient, is that there is no single anti-cancer food lah. Okay, so because some patient they like to take certain anti-cancer food in the market okay, like so we want to highlight is that the recovery is supported by consistent, nourishing, enjoyable eating patterns that fuel the body, support the mood, and help the patients live well beyond the cancer. So it's very important. We have also the follow-up with the patient to see how patients monitor patients' nutritional status. Okay, this is my advice.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Ta, on the diet part of it. And after surgery, there will be a period of wound healing. Also, support is very important, mentally, physically. And that's where Dr. Lai, as a nursing lecturer in the Department of Nursing, like to share with us some of her experience and advice as well.
Okay, thank you, Prof. I actually, as a senior lecturer, and I'm also a clinical researcher, so I mainly focus in the breast oncoplastic studies. So I always go to the clinics and the ward seeing patients. So I always see Prof C keep on repeating, talking the same thing to the patient, especially in the break news time. First time patient was telling you have breast cancer. So she keep on talking, and then I don't think patient can listen. So after they come up from the rooms, they like blur, nothing. They don't know, even though Prof C keep on telling you have to come for this treatment, you have to, I don't think they know. in their heart, their only body there, their mind don't know where. Okay, so that's why Prof. C come up with the first version of the Chinese books. So I am also tell Prof. C, how about the other races? They can't read Chinese. Can we come up with the Malay books or English book to help the patient? But it is very helpful. Not only for the treatments for the beginning that you meet the patient, okay, it also for the treatment patient know what are their stage and what are their treatments that they have to go through. This is not an easy journey. It's a hard journey for a patient. Yeah, I'm not the patient, but I can feel that because every time I went to collect data, not only in the clinic and also in the ward. Yeah, I am very sympathy, yeah, to the patient. It is not easy. Maybe we feel very easy. Just remove the breast only, nothing big deal. But you have to know that how traumatized their mind, you know. So it is not easy for us just sit next to you and telling you, you have to eat this, eat this. This is very good for the wound healing, okay? But I think it's better for them to read. They can write a remark. They can more understand. That's why Prof. C always advise the patient, if you don't understand, why not you take this book and read? For better understanding, not only for the patient and also for the family, and easy for the people, the doctor for treatment, and also the nurses in the ward, and also the patient, they know how to take care of their wound after the surgery. Yeah, not only the wound, their psychology part also important. Yeah, that's why we always, after break the news, we always ask the nurses at the breast cancer resources to see the patient, to help the patient. It is not easy for a patient to come up by their own, yeah, if after they are diagnosed as a breast cancer. It is not easy. Okay, so not only the wound healing part that we have to take care, psychology, diets, and also we have to teach the patient how to reduce their post-op complication, such as edema of the hands. They cannot raise up their hand. Okay, they loss of one of the breasts. Some people they will feel that without breast I am not a woman anymore. Okay, so these are very tragedy is traumatize their mind. So it is not easy to come out. Maybe the rest of their life also they have this bad memory. Okay, so with this book, it is really helpful, yeah, to the patient and to even though to the public, yeah, who don't have this breast cancer, maybe they can separate this knowledge, yeah, to the friend, to the surrounding, and to their loved ones. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Lai. Yeah, some of us, or might be practically all of us, may have a loved one or a close friend been diagnosed with breast cancer. Some are still living, some may have passed on. Right? It's something, it's like a death sentence. It's really very traumatized. I'd like to now listen to one of the survivor, Madam Wong, right? And also the daughter Hui Sen can relate to us the stories. I'm sure Hui Sen, you have interviewed many survivors, right? Talking to them, crying with them as well, perhaps, and see how you have managed to describe that beautifully in the book. Okay? So perhaps I ask Madam Wong, you start first, or up to you, two of you.
Okay. Yeah, Madam Wong here. I was diagnosed third stage breast cancer in late 2018. So when was actually I came in for a routine check. That means twice. Means every other years. I mean alternate years I come in, and then. When they did, there was no alarm shown from the technicians when I did my mammogram. But somehow when I did my ultrasound, and they were very surprised there was a big lump found on my right breast, which I don't feel anything. So, and that was the start of my nightmare. Okay, and I was scheduled to do a biopsy. So from the time I was told there was alarm that I need to do a biopsy, and until to the time they break the news to me that it's malignant, um, I feel like my whole world collapsed onto me. There was so much of fear, there was so much of anxiety, like what Dr. Lai was telling. It's like you are not listening to what the doctor's telling you anymore. You like when they told me you had to, because it's about 2 cm, so you need to do a mistake. So you do a mistake or you do a breast reconstructions. So this two is so foreign to me. I don't know what is it, but I know mistake means you have to remove the whole breast. And as a woman, you know that you lose your confidence as a woman when you know that one of your breasts has to be taken out. So, and I couldn't make any decisions, and they already told me these are the dates to schedule for the operations. But I was at a loss. I don't know what to do. So then I said I need time to think about it. So after thinking much, and then I also get the support from my family, very important. They are very supportive of me. And at the same time, I also seek God for help. And then in the end, I decided, so I came to see Prof. C, say I want to do a breast reconstructions. So that is on the trap, so after everything settled and Prof. C able to explain to me all that, then I proceed to do the operations. That was scheduled for, I think, in January 2019. That was like 3 weeks later after the diagnosis. So, and along the way, I have to go through the chemotherapy, then I go through radiotherapy, as well as the continual hormone therapy. Until today, I still do the hormone therapy. So during the chemotherapy and radiotherapy, I have a lot of side effects. But then you have to be resilient. You have to have strong enough to overcome it, even though I have lots of side effects. In fact, especially during chemo, I can't eat. The first 4 days of the chemotherapy, I have 6 cycles of chemotherapy. But somehow, with my family support, they cook for me. You know, they support me, they help me, and also, of course, I pray to God as well. So I actually draw all the strength from them, from my God, and then from all the friends around me who give me a lot of support. So, and thank God that I overcome the whole thing, the whole process. And I just want to thank the medical team, Prof. C. Yeah, they have been very supportive. And she's very caring. Even if when I have like rash on the operated part and the reconstructions part, she will immediately answer to me without delay. So, and it's very prompt. So I'm really grateful for her and so for her care. Yes, thank you so much, Dr. Prof. Yes, thank you. And yeah, so the strength that I draw from my inner strength is to be strong and overcome the fear. Yeah, even though you have been diagnosed, I know that when we just been announced that you are having you having breast cancer, you can't take it, because you just will ask yourself why is me. Why this thing happened to me, you know? But somehow we need to face the truth. We have to face the fear. We had to overcome the fear. Yeah, and so in a nutshell, we have to stay strong. We have to be strong. We know that cancer is not, as breast cancer is not something that is the end of the road, okay? Because at least you have breast cancer, you can feel it. Some having brain cancer or you having in your pancreatic, you can't see it, right? So at least breast you can feel it and it can remove, and then that's it. And then with all the treatment, everything will be okay. So, and with healthy living, healthy lifestyle, good food, like what Dr. Ta said, that you have to take nutritious food, then we should stay healthy, and we just pray that we won't get a recurrence. Okay, and my message to the people who are newly diagnosed, again I say that do not go to the alternative medicine. Okay, come to the medical get the advice from the medical team. Okay, in University Malaya we have very good team. Yes, I'm not advertising for UM, but even some of the friends who are having problem, I said you come to UM, they will give you a lot of good advice, you know. So and also you must build a support system. A support system maybe from the Breast Cancer Society or from your own family or your friends, yeah. So all these are your support, so they can support you throughout your journey of recovery. Okay. So I think, and I also want to share this, why I'm involved in this book. Actually, in my routine checkup, I think in 2021, early 2021, I met Prof. C. I mean, I came to Prof. C for my checkup, and she just asked me, do you want to interview the patient? I say, what? I say, and to write the story. Huh? I never write story before. Then I said, let me think. Maybe I can rope in my daughter to write, and then we can help each other in the interview of the patients. Yes, and then it was a very, very an experience that is unforgettable, because you go through, you ask them, and they have all kinds. They have on first stage, second stage, third stage, or fourth stage. Some even refuse treatment, you know, and some having breast cancer during breastfeeding, and some during pregnancy. Oh, that was very heartbroken. And when we hear them talk, you will cry. So we cried together when they talked to us. So it was very touching. Yeah. So I think I'll pass it over to my daughter, Hui Xian, to tell you about the experience. Can I? Oh.
So I think the experience was very eye-opening, and it's also a form of educating myself, I think, and educating others. Yeah. So when I was interviewing them, I was surprised that not everybody they respond to their sickness differently. Not everyone respond in a doom and gloom manner. There are some who really see it very optimistically. And what I caught from this book is one of the breast cancer survivor actually impacted me, and I can remember until today, was that to fight the war of breast cancer is to actually diagnose it at stage 1. That means it's very hard to prevent, but you can actually detect it early so that you can win the war and defeat breast cancer at a very early stage, because your survival rate is higher at stage 1. So her story was touching, where her husband actually made her go for appointments. Actually put the appointment for her to do a screening. So through that screening, she knew that she had breast cancer, stage 1, and then that's where she was able to overcome breast cancer. Yeah, so yeah, that is basically what I can remember from my journey. And also a lot of misconceptions being, what do you call that, resolved from my side lah. Yeah, yeah. Okay. I think that's all from my side. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. Do get hold of the books. They read the stories from 11 survivors, right, from various ethnic groups, different cross-section of life. Now, interestingly, you look at the Bahasa Malaysia version, beautiful, is it sunflower here on the cover, and we are very privileged to have the illustrators, Hema and Kelly, to be with us this afternoon. I'm just curious, what is symbolism? What does it mean? How were you inspired to have this beautiful illustration? And in between the various chapters, heading, we do have various illustration as well. Would you like to tell us from where you are sitting the symbolism of the flower? Do you have a microphone there? No.
Okay, at first we choose flora as our design, a main design. Then the book cover we choose sunflower because sunflower always symbolize hope, resilience, and renewal. So because it turns toward to the light, the sunflower, just like the passion, when they are in the dark times or difficult times, they will still have a light to got hope. Yes, that's why we choose sunflower as our book cover design.
Any further comments on that? How
No.
do you read the book before you came up with the illustration?
Yes, yes. I read the English version.
Ah, okay, good. Yeah. Interestingly, we were wondering how could we reach out to the Malay community, right? And we have been searching for a translator who help us. Let me read to you. One, I just pick up from Puan Lashmi. Saya mengalami ketidakselesaan yang teruk di bahagian abdomen sehingga tidak tahan lagi, menyebabkan saya terpaksa pergi ke unit kecemasan, kata Puan Lashmi. It's interesting writing, isn't it? Very authentic. And we're also very privileged to have our translator, Madam Tam Laiswan with us. It's amazing. We have the full complement, very holistic approach. Right? Maybe you can tell us what is a challenge in translating this. And also, I'm sure it's very emotionally charged when you read this, right? You cry a bit, possibly. And how you envisage this will resonate with the wider Malay community, knowing that also a large proportion of our patients also the Malay as well. Yeah, Madam Tam.
Thank you, Prof. Okay, to answer the first question, when I was doing the translation of the book, I felt that the survivors sharing the stories, they were very brave, because not many people are willing to recount or recall the ordeal or their fears that they that they faced when they were diagnosed with the disease. But they were very brave, and the writing is such that it was full of encouragement for the readers. And the 11 cases that were presented in the book, they were all from different races. And everyone, it covers from stage 1 right up to other stages, as well as those that have undergone mastectomies. So I thought that I was particularly drawn to this book because breast cancer is prevalent and it is rising, but there are not many books that really talks about from the survivor's perspective. A lot of them is very medical, very technical, but this one has got a very human approach. And of course, the book is really special because it not only talks about the journey that they go through, it also talks about the support that they get from the medical team, the dietitians, the medical team, as well as the doctors themselves. So there is a section called the message from the doctor, as well as from the dietetic department, as well as what kind of menu that you must have. There is a balance of, you need to practice balanced diet, and they give you samples of the menu that you have every day, whether it's for lunch, breakfast, or dinner. So it is a very wholesome support, and language is written in such a way that it takes away all the medical jargon, so it reaches out to ordinary people. So yeah, that was something I thought was really special about this book. Like, it was different from the books that we always read outside. This one has got survivors coming out and sharing their stories, which I think was really special. And a lot more people, I think, should go out and have a copy of this book so that they feel that they are not alone in this journey. There are people out there willing to help, and they can at least, they say early detection means better survival rates. And why you should reach out to the Malay community, because breast cancer is like a taboo, I think, among all communities. But if they have a book that they can feel comfortable reading and feel that they can associate with it, and feel that if they have this kind of issues, there is a place that they can go for support. And Malay being the language that is easily understood by everybody, I think having it in the Malay language, we sort of like serves the purpose of the book, which is to educate and to inform the wider audience. Yeah, thank you, Prof.
Yeah, thank you, Madam. I just pick up one of the, from Puan Zara. Okay. Jangan lewatkan saringan kanser anda. See, the language is simple. Kita tidak akan tahu jika sel kanser itu bersifat agresif dan akan merebak dengan sangat cepat. Jangan letakkan untuk menjalani imbasan ultrasound atau mammogram. Very simple to understand, straightforward. And interestingly, we also have been working with Penerbit Universiti Malaya, are they here? With the editor. When I approached them on behalf of the team, they could be a fighter with a short deadline. We want to launch a Bahasa Malaysia version at the end of October by the Pengarah, translating from the English to the Bahasa Malaysia version. It was quite a tall order, and they're a bit worried. And we managed to negotiate with them. This is our University Malaya CSR. We want to market it as a reasonable price. And by the way, all of us really work for this out of love, really, a labor of love. So the royalty, the proceeds all go to the support the breast cancer survivors. Right? And even Madam Tam is a professional translator, writer. She also didn't charge us the full rate because we all really want to support the community. So thank you to all of you, and also Penerbit Universiti Malaya for that. So now we would like to listen to your comments and feedback. Here you have some students, some members of the public. Yeah, where's the mic?
Hi Prof, I'm Aiza daripada Fakulti Undang-Undang.
Undang-undang, okay.
I tak review lagi buku tu, tak baca lagi kan. First time.
Beli satu, beli baca.
Just nak tahulah you all punya research, tahap umur berapa yang kita dah ada breast cancer ni?
Okay.
Tahap umur kebanyakan lah kat Malaysia.
Prof C akan jawab.
Okay, terima kasih.
So majority is dari umur 40 ke atas. Okay. Tapi sekarang dekat Asian country, kita punya pesakit ada kebanyakan dalam umur yang muda lagi daripada 40. Ya, lebih kurang 10 sampai 15%, some 20% adalah dari umur yang muda. Tapi majority negara western country dia biasa dari 50 sampai 75. That's why yang screening saringan untuk breast cancer kita akan galak 40 tahun ke atas boleh start buat mammogram sebab mammogram tak boleh dibuat sebelum 40 tahun sebab kita punya payudara sangat padat, density sangat tinggi. So sekarang kita dah melebarkan keadaan dengan cara guna ultrasound. Tapi ultrasound bukan satu cara yang paling sesuai untuk saringan mammogram sebab dia tak dapat detect microcalcification yang berlaku pada stage kosong atau stage 0. Tapi buat apa yang kita boleh sekarang dengan teknologi yang baru, kita harap dapat lebih banyak teknologi yang boleh menolong kita membuat saringan pada kaum wanita yang umur muda sikit. Ya.
Okay. Any more questions? Soalan yang lain?
Hi everyone, I'm Zixing from Faculty of Medicine. So actually it's not a question, but just that I find that this book I just found this book at the right time because for the past 2 weeks, I've been going to KK Taman Medan as a RA to recruit patients for breast cancer screening for free. And it's subsidized by LPPKN. So they are referred to Beacon Hospital for mammogram for free. But I'm really surprised that how most of the patients are not interested to this program, even though it will take at most of 30 minutes of their time. And the doctor at the KKTM is also offering free clinical breast examination for them. And yeah, I find that our population is still need more education on this. And I think this book is really in need to our community. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Zing. Yeah, we hope we can help you more to explore that area that we are supposed to go there, B40 area, right? That is the area that a lot of delayed diagnosis, fear to go for screening, a lot of stigmata happen in that area, yeah. So education and awareness is very, very crucial. You have done a very, very good job. Yeah.
Thank you, Prof.
Any further comment? In the Faculty of Medicine, there are a lot of initiatives developed, apps, a lot of AI applications. Might be one of the researchers can share with us what's the latest in this app to help breast cancer patients. Where is it? Not here, just on the guy. Oh, Wei-Sien. Oh, you.
So I'm also an RA, working together with the researcher to research development or feasibility of an app to help metastatic breast cancer. So it's more of a communication, improving the quality of care for nurses, doctors, and patients, specifically for the metastatic breast cancer. So it will improve communication, support, financial, maybe even like looking into education and also transportation maybe. It's more like a navigation, how to help and navigate this patient with metastatic breast cancer. Yeah.
We always wonder, right? Is there a one-stop center or one-stop website we can get all the up-to-date information? In Malaysia, we have Majlis Cancer Negara, MAGNA, we have the Malaysian Cancer Society, we have Ministry of Health, and Institute of Cancer Negara as well. So many. So is there an integrated just website? We have all the information. If maybe Prof. C can tell us.
Okay, so when we talk about learning as well as giving awareness, knowledge to our public, nowadays everybody have handphone, right? So to move that forward, application, website that can integrate everything is very crucial. But for us now, I guess because of the multi-language, first thing, that is one of the challenge to everybody when we want to develop the website application. But of course, this challenge is not a real challenge. It's the one that whether people want to go into the website and read about the story, everything is very crucial. So what we are thinking, Prof, the importance of integrate, there's a lot of small website around, the importance of something that integrate and move them into part of the integrations platform or center will be effective, because it's not from recreate a website and then to do from A to Z, which is very time consuming, and the data, the new knowledge is keep on changing every years, you know. So I guess the best is like University Malaya can help in create a platform, a e-platform that can integrate everybody that having something knowledge about breast cancer, treatment, diagnosis, center that around to help out, and then any care that around that can help when for the patient who is in needs in any time, any moment that we can do that. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Well, this will bring us to an end of our conversation this afternoon. I call it conversation or dialogue. It's good to encourage two-way traffic. Before we end, I would really like to acknowledge Puan Zanaria. Puan Zanaria, priest, and she's really the prime mover of this book series. She's an iron lady. So interestingly, somehow we're in the committee together, appointed by the Vice Chancellor a couple of years ago, to initiate something to add value to the library. And we came up with this book talk series, and it's been very interesting. And we believe that University Malaya is a pioneer to have started this, right? Puan Zanaria? Yeah, correct. Yeah, we ahead of others. So the library is not just a place where you come and borrow books. Very rare nowadays. Like when I was a student, go to library, read newspaper, New Scientist, all the journals. But now very few students do that. But it's a center where people come together to share knowledge, to learn. Right. So that is the role of the library, and also the University Malaya to make this not just a university for students, but for the community. So we welcome the residents, Petaling Jaya or Kuala Lumpur, to come. Right? We want to promote knowledge learning, and this is the impact that we want to create. And before we end, I'd like to invite, we start from Dr. Lai to end, to have a final few words to say.
Okay. This book is really very, very good. Yeah. So I really hope that not only patient, maybe public, they can read, they can gain some information, even though they don't have this cancer. It might help other people who have cancer, don't know where to seek for these treatments. Okay. And also how to take care of themselves. Yeah. Have a quality of life for the breast cancer patient and also for the healthy patients, okay? So we are women, we must help women, okay? No other people will help. Thanks.
Yeah. So for the message is that for all this book, because we have three different version, which is a Mandarin, Malay, and English version. But all of this guideline is we also highlight how to maintain and improve the nutritional status for breast cancers during treatment, such as surgery, chemo, and radiotherapy. And this is many method. We also suggest many menu, all this to improve patients' appetite and also the all this I mean also at the same time also we also emphasize the importance of physical activity beside the diet. So it's very important to have the healthy lifestyle, okay, during treatment for breast cancer patients. Okay, that's all from me.
I think I want to take this opportunity to thank everybody that behind the scene of this book. Yeah. So firstly, all the patients that given us the story, yeah, the 11 patients with different types of condition, with those who are pregnant during breast cancer, those who have breastfeeding during breast cancer, all that. Yeah, they all, when I offer and ask them, can you offer your story for our public? Then they said, no problem, Prof. So they are so nice and so what I can say is really a sincere work that from all of them. And I also want to thank all my co-authors here helping me when we call up, oh sorry, in 2 months time, please prepare everything. They all have a shot. Okay, they'll just say, okay, we'll try our best. But finally, it really make this truth and make it happen, okay? And Prof. Ng always push from the back, see, please do something on this, all that. And he even tried to invite the translator for us, and then so many things that he have pushed forward for us. Thank you very much, Prof. And a lot of things that I have gone through. Our illustrator, one of them is my patient, you know. We just have a corridor talk about whether you can help out to design this, and he gave me a sunflower. I said, oh my God, that is the best thing that our patient want to have. Thank you very much, Hema and Kelly. And our UN Press that really helped us to publish this without all the hard work. I mean, all this hard work is tremendously helping all of us, and hopefully with a lot of love and empowerment from this book, our patients and public can we can enrich them further for all this. Thank you very much.
Yeah, my message is stay healthy, early screening, exercise more.
Yeah, I hope these stories will inspire the readers to have a positive perception and debunk any stereotypes about this disease. Yeah, I hope the book will help more and more people.
Thank you, all of you. When Dr. Lai mentioned about woman for woman, the immediate thought about how about men? About those men? Yeah, we really a book, men. Now the breast cancer afflicts women, about men will be prostate cancer. A lot of men suffering from prostate cancer is on the rise as well. We really need the necessary support for that, right? So hopefully in the future, we have a different team, working on the prostate cancer, and that's wonderful. So remember, every of those story, there is a very brave soul. There's a very touching story, one that of courage, of resilience, and we really appreciate all that have gone through. And also remember, we always want to remember them. We always want to promote a holistic way, right? The support from the community, not just from the medical, but you see from the diet, from nursing, friends, relatives, right? That is very important, right? And this is what our supposed to do, right? A Madani government, a caring society, right? And we should, and is taking the lead in that, and hope that we can encourage the whole community in the university to work towards that. and that is wonderful. So I hope that all of us will have a wonderful rest of the afternoon, and as the year comes to an end, have a blessed year and also a very blessed new year. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Prof. Ng, and all the authors and speakers for that thoughtful and inspiring discussion.